Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about Monique and Steve Harvey. Monique went on the Steve Harvey show yesterday and he talked about some of their differences and some of the problems that they had, and even talked about some of Monique's problems with other people. Let's play clips.
We fighting two wars here. It's what your issue is, and it's what the perception of the issue is, and the narrative has changed.
See, I'm hearing what you're saying, baby, and I agree with it. All of y'all said privately, I've done nothing wrong.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here. We gotta flex a different way. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game.
All right, now they also said this.
Before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
But Mo,
wait a minute.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement. There are ways to win the war in a different way.
So we're opening up the phone lines, 800-585-1051, and we're asking, what do you think? Start with you, Charlemagne.
Well, first of all, you can have integrity and make money. I don't know why anyone would think otherwise, you know what I'm saying? But I think that integrity works both ways, you know what I'm saying? The people that Monique disrespected, Oprah, Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, they have integrity too. And they may not want to rock with someone who disrespected them in that way, and they have that right. And I don't like people who talk crazy about people, and then when the person they talking about stops rocking with them, and then life gets bad for the person who was doing all the talking, they start playing the victim. Monique got on that stage and said, I wasn't blackballed, I was whiteballed by some black D's who had no balls. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey. Y'all can suck my D if I had one. Integrity works both ways. My daddy always told me if someone tells you suck their D, be ready to die or kill. I'm not doing either, but guess what? I'm not going to rock with you no more. And if Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels don't want to rock with Monique, she got to wear that.
And you know what? I totally agree with you. I mean, she came out and wanted to boycott Netflix. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it because she didn't get the money that she wanted. I necessarily didn't agree. But I don't know all the details and particulars. But I also feel like, hey, if you want to tell somebody to SMD and you want to get disrespectful to somebody, it is what it is. I've told a couple of people to SMD, and I stand on it. And if they don't like it, F them. I never want to. I did it, and I said it because I don't want to mess with them again. And I know what they say in business, there's never permanent friends or permanent enemies. But when it comes to them, it's a permanent enemy because I'm never rocking with them again. And you feel the same way. There's certain people that you'll never rock with ever.
Yes, Kevin Hunter.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, Kevin Hunter, Wendy Williams' wife. Yes.
Exactly. You'll never rock with him.
So there are permanent enemies in business.
Doesn't matter if he has $1 billion and I'll give it to you. Like, nah.
Nope.
It ain't enough money in the world for me to F with you again. And I feel that way about some people too.
Nope.
And it is what it is, and I stand on it. I don't care. But that's why I also have all these side hustles, so I never have to worry about getting money from you or worry about you blackballing me or doing anything.
Or beige-balling you.
Or beige-balling me.
So my thoughts are this. I can understand that it's frustrating when you know you have a lot of talent and behind the scenes there's things going on that we have no idea about. I know for myself personally, I've always been a respectful person. Now, if the situation doesn't seem right to me, I won't do it and I'll express how I feel. But I know the way that I express myself is never very aggressive. I just speak what I feel and I stand by what I do and what I say. So I do believe in integrity, and I've never done things just for money. So I don't believe in blocking my blessings, but I also can feel the frustration of being a woman in this business and feeling like certain things happen and people talk to you behind the scenes. People come and will apologize to me about things behind the scenes, but not publicly do that or not publicly stand up for you. And I'm sure for Monique that was frustrating. And I understand what Steve Harvey also says about her not going about things in the right way, but I wouldn't want to compromise my integrity for anything.
Yeah,
sometimes you got to get a little aggressive at people sometimes. I'm not even going to front. I'm not going to say get disrespectful and nasty, but sometimes you got to get a little aggressive.
Yeah, I'm never disrespectful.
Yeah, and I just think, the thing about integrity, man, even when it comes to somebody like Monique, and I'm not disrespecting Monique in no way, shape, or form, you can say racial bias, you can say gender bias, and all of those things may be true. But, bro, let's not act like we don't see your crazy attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell somebody SMD and then think things going to be sweet. I don't have to mess with you no more.
Right, nobody owes anyone anything.
Nothing.
So at the end of the day, if someone doesn't want to work with you and you get a reputation that spreads in the business and therefore other people don't want to work with you, you either have to work on fixing that situation or just accept the fact and try to find your own way independently.
And also, if somebody jumps out the window and you're my friend, I don't have to jump out with you.
Absolutely not.
I don't. If you say something that I don't necessarily agree with, yes, we're still friends, but I don't ride with your statement.
But I don't agree with people calling you up behind the scenes and agreeing with you, but then publicly acting like they don't.
But no, I can agree with. Listen, I can agree with your point. Like if you said to me, if Monique called me and was like, "Yo, I feel like I ain't getting paid what I should be getting paid from Netflix. I feel like it's racial bias, gender bias. Cool. Or I feel like I shouldn't be going out there to do this promotion for this movie without getting paid extra money. Cool. I can understand that. I may agree with that.
Right.
But you may go on stage, say that point, and be like, "And F y'all, Oprah, SMD, Oprah." Yeah, I'm like, whoa, now, come on now, Monique, chill out now.
I F with Oprah.
I understand your point.
Right.
But it's the way you may have delivered that point. That's all.
Jamel.
Hey, what's going on, Envy, Charlotte, Angela? What's happening?
Good morning. What you think, bro?
Nah, I get what both Steve and Monique was trying to say, but it's the way you go about doing things. You know, like you can't be out there telling this person to extra D, but then at the same time you want sympathy and stuff like
exactly.
that. But then at the same time, you can't just shuck and jive neither. You know.
Right.
It's a balance. It's a
so
fine
they both
line.
have certain points that you agree and disagree with.
Right. I mean, you know, me, myself, I'm in the entertainment industry myself. You know what I mean? So at the same time, I have times when things with people behind the scenes, you know, fronting on me and stuff like that. And I could have went there and called them out publicly and stuff. But if I would have did that, I wouldn't be able to get another job. So, you know, it's like Monique, she just going through the repercussions right now. It's like every time we see her, we know Monique is a talented actress, comedian and all that. But every image we see of her lately, she's angry. Nobody don't want to see that, you know?
Yo, that's a very good point. I have not seen Monique be funny in a long time, and I know she's funny.
Well, she's been doing her stand-up still.
Stand-up,
Well, I'm just talking about in
just haven't
person.
been going to.
You're making but when you're making all them TV appearances and radio appearances, remind us you funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She got a lot of things to get off her chest. She feel like she's blackballed.
You can do both.
And I don't think she seemed. I would say I don't think she seemed angry in the interview with Steve Harvey. I don't think she seemed.
She told Steve, "I'm gonna punch you in the face."
But she was joking. She was like, as a brother, I feel like I could punch you in the face because you.
All right, boy, y'all make some
I
excuses.
said that to you before, though. I said I wish you was my sister.
Whoa, wait, hold on, slow down.
never
I did
heard
say
that.
I wish you was my sister so I could punch you.
I ain't never
told her
heard
to you.
that.
Punch me in the face?
I didn't say punch you in the
Envy,
face.
you can't say that, bro.
I said.
No, why would you punch your sister in the face?
I didn't.
Well, I'm glad
you said face.
I'm
I
glad
didn't
you
say
just
that about
publicly
face.
said this.
Why would y'all are 40 plus years old? Why y'all punching each other?
You know what?
I
Forget
didn't. Who's
kids.
punching each other?
it. Forget it.
I'm not the one
Envy,
that
why
said
you talking
that.
like if you was that don't make no sense?
Cause forget it. Forget
Damn.
it. Forget it.
Chuck
China. Good
West.
morning.
God damn,
morning.
Envy.
Good morning, China.
Hi.
What do you think?
I think that she has a very valid point, and she probably did feel blackballed, but I think she's going about it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
I think she needs a better team around her.
Ooh.
Like, let her...
Not her
agent
husband.
fight her battles, while they also get her better jobs to get more money. She's blackballing, like, the richest Black people in the industry, and it doesn't make any sense.
Now, I did understand what Steve Harvey was saying about her husband/manager and perhaps the way that he goes about things, because I'm sure because that's his wife, you know, he gets more emotional in dealings than he would if it was something that was not so close to home.
You can be a woman who has your husband as a manager, and that husband can be so aggressive and so disgusting and so toxic that he can ruin things for you. I'm not saying that's what Sydney is, but look at somebody like Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter. Kevin Hunter is definitely that for Wendy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully it's not that extreme for
People
her.
have been saying that about her husband for the longest time. She needs a better team to let them fight for bigger checks for her and better opportunities. She's going to end up falling on her own sword.
Right. I think also when there's a lot of people kind of saying the same thing, you have to somewhat pay attention to that.
Yes.
If everybody's saying this is what the issue is, then you need to reevaluate certain things. And even though that's a difficult thing to do sometimes. But I also feel, Monique, on the being a woman in this business, it gives you an extra layer of things get a lot more difficult. And
you're right, G. And I also think that nobody's saying Monique is wrong in the things that she's saying, as far as like, yo, I'm not going out to promote this movie unless I get more money, or I feel like I need more money from Netflix. She's not wrong in saying that, but you're wrong in getting on stage saying, yo, Oprah sucked my D.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry sucked my D. Y'all ain't got no ball. Like, it's the disrespect level of it. You know what I'm saying?
She said that during stand-up, though.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you know.
Ain't no joke in that.
Okay. I don't know what the joke was.
Money for things that people said no, and we said we're not doing things. We just didn't say SMD to anybody. So
you have.
Well, to people I don't like, and I stick by it, and I feel that way, and I don't want to speak to them ever again. But 800-585-1051, we're taking your calls. Let me clear this up, because y'all going to make dreams. I don't want to punch you in the face.
Well, I don't feel safe.
You said it.
I don't want to punch you in the face.
You want to punch face in the
Yee as a sister, and I said, I wish she was my real sister, so I could...
My brother would never do that to me.
Well, my kids wrestle with each other all day long.
Okay, we're grown, Envy.
Yes, y'all.
How old are your kids? It's a little different.
That's what I was trying to say when I said y'all grown as hell.
Okay,
the kids.
Relax, Envy. You got to get that out of your system. First
when
of all,
did you tell you this? You had to tell me this in the last 9 years.
I told you
you've been an adult.
Last year that I was
Envy,
my sister, so I could wrestle. You
probably have a bad back. You wouldn't even be able to do anything.
Christ.
You can't pull a hamstring.
See, that's why I want to wrestle.
Get a Charlie horse.
See, that's why I want to wrestle. Just one headlock.
It's not going to happen.
For 10 seconds.
Your teeth fall out.
See, teeth fall out. See, that's one headlock. 800-585-1051. Jason, good morning.
What up, MV? How's it going?
What do you think, Jason?
I think Charlamagne hit it on the head. Like Angela, you made a comment that it's foul for people to be smiling when your face behind the back, or behind closed doors, and then going out in public and saying, or not supporting her. And I think Charlamagne hit it on the head. Like they're lying to her. They're not lying in public. They're actually lying to her. They don't actually believe her little rich first world problem.
Well, that's a problem too. If people are lying to you, they're supposed to be your friends.
I don't disagree with you, but the problem is that it's not a real issue for nobody. It's sort of like, I smile with tongue in cheek, like, oh yeah, you're right, man, just chill out.
I think people can agree, though, with the wage disparity with women and how they get paid and, things like that. We can agree on those issues.
100%, but we can say that she got one of those. This is not a wage disparity issue. This is not 100%.
Well, part of her issue is that, though. Think
about it like this. If I was having a conversation here and I go, yo, I need to be getting paid more, and you and Envy are right, but then I go, get on the podcast and say, yo, iHeartRadio can S my D because they ain't paying me much money, and Angela and Envy agree. Like, whoa. I should get paid more, but not about them sucking your D.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree they should, though.
Correct.
My goodness.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what Steve means when he say you're going about it the wrong way. I can agree with you in your principle, but the way you execute it I may not agree with.
And I don't. Gato.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, yo?
What you think, man?
First off, big shout out to my baby. It's her birthday today, so forget Valentine's Day. I'm just going.
No. Double gifts. No forget Valentine's Day. Double gift day.
No. We gonna forget Valentine's Day. It's her birthday.
Nah, bro.
You gotta do both.
Double penetration on your girl tonight.
My goodness.
I'm coming over.
Ew, you're married, sir.
I'm just playing. It's a joke.
No, that was not funny.
Even though he likes you.
Wildin'.
All right, but
it kind of sucks because being minorities, we got to keep our mouth shut in certain situations. But, I mean, when you got to speak up, you got to speak up. And if somebody's going to say something behind your back, like I got you, behind closed doors, you better say that right up front when you're not behind closed doors. If that's your people.
That's a shame that we feel like we can't speak up for ourselves in certain situations.
I have not learned the art of compromising in corporate America, okay? I've been fired 4 times from radio because I am a man of integrity, and it's just certain things I'm not going to do. Now, I have compromised myself in this business, and it don't feel good.
What you do? It doesn't feel good? What you do to compromise yourself, bro?
Those were the years I was working with Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter, but that would be discussed at a later time. But I mean, that didn't feel good. But
what didn't feel good? What
I think we
shut up, man. Let's stay on topic.
Wasn't he naked on his all fours?
Knock it off. Listen, all I'm saying is that some people have too much money, too much power, and too much influence, to think that you can't be yourself. And even if you don't have the money, you don't have the power, and you don't have that influence, you should never have to compromise yourself for any position.
If anybody could be themselves, it's Steve Harvey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he should not have to compromise and
he shouldn't at all.
Be quiet to get more money and do things. He should be able to be like, this is what I want. This is how I want to go about it. I'm not.
Well, let me ask you this question. We all, it's times that we do want to blow up about things, right? You know what I'm saying? But then you may take a breath or you may talk to somebody and you realize, you know what? That's not the right way to do it. And like Steve said, sometimes you got to flex another way. especially in corporate America. What's wrong with that?
Well, I think for myself, I try to express myself in the most positive way possible, not just in business, but in life in general. If we're talking about just life, I don't feel like I should be different in corporate America than I am in my own personal life. If how I express myself to friends and family should be the same as how I express myself, just because I do have integrity.
So I will say this. Yeah, I'm the same way. I am who I am. I do change up a little bit, absolutely. Like, for instance, if I go into a meeting, I'm not going to be like, what's up, my If it's a corporate meeting, I'm not gonna say certain slang that I would say because I just know that they're not gonna understand. So I don't think that's changing up who I am. I just think it's kind of like when you go to a dinner and you eat at dinner. I don't put my elbows on the table. Why? Because it's just not the way to eat.
I think that's old fashioned.
I think when people heard Steve say we black and we can't do certain things,
it sounded crazy.
Yes,
that sounded crazy.
But he's right in some ways.
But then he says that. But then at the same time, he says it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a money thing.
That was crazy.
Then that's very hypocritical. We black, we can't do certain things, but then it doesn't have nothing to do with color.
The biggest thing he said that I think that people miss was he said you got to flex a different way.
Now that's
true. What I'm saying? Like that's just all it boils down to. You got to flex a different way. You got to know your enemy. You got to know the beast that you're fighting. And sometimes you flex one way. Sometimes you flex another way.
And I think it's also if you look at the Breakfast Club and each individual member, you notice that we all have different streams of income. And the reason that we have those streams of income so nobody can ever take our integrity. We do what we want to do because we don't have to worry about falling on our sword. There's so many different ways of money coming in that we can always support our family, and we don't have to do it. If we don't like it, if we don't want to do it, we don't do it.
I learned my lesson a long time ago. I've been fired 4 times from radio. Okay, when these white people tired of you, they tired of you.
They tired of you.
So if you don't got your own businesses popping and own other entities popping where you making money, then something's wrong with you.
And we was almost gone here the first year, so don't get it twisted. They was almost tired of us the first year.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, what's the moral of the story?
SMD. It's Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day, so SMD.
You gotta stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Find you Adidas on Valentine's Day.
What is wrong with you?
Okay, go fall on that sword. Everything we telling you not to do, go do because it's Valentine's Day.
Well, it sounds like you're gonna have a great night.
Wonderful night tonight. Okay, Charlamagne. Don't threaten him with a good time.
All right.
All right.